Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. So in today's video we are going to learn different flower drawings. I'm going to cover all the birth month flowers from January to December, and in this video I'm going to cover 6 months, that is first 6th from January to June, and I'm going to use this needle pen to draw everything and pencil to draw some guideline for ourselves. You can use normal ball pen also, it's totally fine. Now let's start with the first one, that is January month flower, and it is Carnation. So create a basic guideline for yourself. So I'm creating a oval kind of shape tilted towards leftward side and creating the base of the flower, which is you can see in the U shape, and then you can create stems. I'm also trying to create one flower bird, but this is more like open bird having few petals in it. So few petals are visible but yet to bloom. So something like this I have created as a guideline for myself. Now let's concentrate on the flower petals. So divide your oval shape into 4 equal quarters and then you will get the center. So I'm keeping the center part of the carnation towards upward direction. So I'm covering the upward area with the help of an oval shape which is smaller than the bigger oval shape. So this is the center part of the flower, and rest area we can create more petals in it. Now this is flower bird, so we need only few petals in it. So I'm keeping the petal area little smaller. Then you can add sepals. So I'm creating sepals for both flower and flower birds. So these are the green structure that we can see below to the flower. Now when it comes to the leaf are very simple, pointed end, sleek, and something like this you can create. You can create your own composition, you can create the direction of the flower as per your need. So something like this we have created as a guideline. So let me trace everything quickly with the help of pen. I am using 08 mm needle pen. You can use normal ball pen also, it's totally fine. So until now I am tracing the base of the flower, leaves and stems. So these things I am doing it first because still we need to create petals. So now when it comes to the petal, I am doing it directly without help of pencil. I am creating a zigzag pattern around the edge and creating multiple petals, little smaller, little bigger, something like this for the flower bud. Now when it comes to the flower, we need to cover the inner oval shape first. So I am creating 3 petals, which is the most important petal. So I am creating something like this, covering the circle or oval shape. I have created 2 petals tilted towards upward direction and 1 petal tilted towards downward direction. Because of these 3 petals, you will see the difference in your flower. Now you can create multiple other petals in between, having little zigzag edge in it. Now we have created the middle portion. Now we need to cover the rest area. So something like this I need to create. It's quite simple, you just need a little zigzag petal in it, and then you can fill the whole area with these petals. You can add folded pattern into the petals as well. So something like this you can create. Little bit fold pattern is also needed, so I'm creating some folds around the petals. So you can do something like this, and we are done with the flower. Now to do some extra detailing, you can contour the base of the flower, the petals and the leaves. Contouring means creating parallel lines as per object shape. So more parallel lines means more dark shade you will get. So something like this I have created for the base of the flower, for the leaves and few petals as well, to get some extra shading and just to beautify the flower itself. If you are only interested in doing painting, so no need of doing all these kind of detailing. And we are done with the first one. Now let's move to the second one. So second one is the February month flower, and we need to create a basic guideline with the help of pencil. So this time we need to create a round shape, and then we need to create a smaller round shape, but the circumference of the circle is same. So as you can see, the bigger and the smaller round shape are intact with each other. It is not like we have created a separate oval shape or round shape. So I have created two in a different direction. And for the leaves, you can create the basic guideline like this, having smooth edge for the guideline, and then we can add little serration into the leaves while tracing it. This is the basic guideline that we have. Now with the help of pen, let's do the flower first. So create a small round shape for the center part of the flower, and then create 3 petals in a triangle structure. So one petal is overlapped with another petal, something like this. So we have created 3 petals, and then rest area we need to create 2 more. So this is little bit outer side. So something like this we need to create. So let's create one more, 3 petals for the inner circle, and then 2 we can create in the outer circle. Now you can trace stems and leaves. While tracing leaf, I am adding little serration into the leaves, and these leaves are little broader in structure. Now this is the basic shape of the flower and leaves. Now you can do some extra detailing into the leaves and flower as well. When it comes to the violet flower, you need to create some pattern into the flower to beautify it. So create smaller zigzag kind of pattern around the outer leaves towards the outside, and for the inner petals towards the inside. Now contour all these areas with some fine lines to create some dark shade in it. And this is very important when it comes to the violet flower, then only you can see the structure. Now we are done with second flower as well. Now let's move to the third one, that is March month flower, and it's Daffodil. So again, create a basic guideline. You can keep the flower direction little bit tilted towards left, right or center. For this particular flower we need little longer leaves, and for the flower you can divide this into 4 equal halves. For first perspective, I am keeping the center circumference towards the upward direction, and then create an oval kind of shape and create petals, 3 front petal and 3 back petal. And for this particular perspective, this is facing towards you, so it's a normal perspective. So create a round shape for the center part, and then create 3 front petal and 3 back petal. So overall 6 petal in both the flowers, and the center part could be on the different direction. When it comes to the leaf, these are little longer leaves from lily families or something like this. You can create as a guideline, and then trace everything with the help of pen. I have already covered different perspective of daffodil in my previous videos, so if you want you can refer to that video and learn slowly, gradually, like how we can create different perspective of daffodil flower. I can give you a link into my description section. Now when it comes to the daffodil, I don't want to do much detailing into it, so I am adding little shading into the center part of the flower and leaves. So I'm contouring leaves a little bit, so adding parallel lines as per object shape. You can do extra detailing around the petal also if you need. Now let's quickly move to the fourth one. So fourth one is daisy flower. So create an oval kind of shape and then divide into 2 equal halves and create the center part of the flower, creating a smaller oval shape at the center. Now you can keep the direction as per your need, and then you can create the leaves like we did for the second flower, but this time this one is little bit longer and thin. So I have created the smooth edges only. When we trace it, we are going to do some extra serration in it. Now when it comes to the center part of the flower, it's quite dense, having a smaller structure in it. So I'm adding little dots around it, and then I'm cross contouring the middle section. Cross contouring means adding parallel lines, then adding cross line to get more and more dark shade in it. Now add a few front petals. So I am adding all these petals throughout the circle, keeping distance, and these are the main petals, and add some extra shading into it around the edges. And I'm doing this extra shading only for the main petals that we have. So do it slowly and gradually with your soft hand, and do all these detailing into the front petals. Once done, you can add more petals around the back side, and we need some overlapped petals as well, so you can add as many as you want. So something like this we have created, and then create a middle line around each petal that we have. Now we are done with the flower. I think it's quite beautiful. Now trace the stems and leaves. While tracing the leaves, again I am adding serration into the leaf area, and then I am contouring with some parallel lines. So basically I am repeating the same thing what we did in the second one. Now let's move to the another one. This is Lily of Valley, and in this flower we need a string, a curved line. You can keep this curved line in different direction as well, or you can keep two lines also. Then add some extended lines like this to create flowers. Now for each extended line we need a U kind of shape. These are the opposite U, and then you can create a fine oval shape at the base of this U shape, and you will see small flowers around this string. So these are flowers. Now when it comes to the leaves are a little longer and broader, so I'm adding leaf in between. So basically my leaf is on the back side and flowers are in the front, and then you can add folds also in the leaf. So I am adding fold on both the side. So this is the basic structure of Lily of Valley, having one leaf and multiple flowers in it. You can trace things with the help of pen, so trace it quickly. Now you can see how we have done all the flowers clearly. So extended lines, then U kind of shape, creating a fine oval shape at the base to show the opening of the flower, and then you can contour the flowers and leaf area a little bit. I'm only contouring the folded pattern, so I'm adding some lines in it, and I'm not doing anything for the center part of the leaf. I'm keeping it as is. So if you want, you can do some extra detailing to beautify, but I'm not doing it. Then finish the flower, and we are done with this particular flower as well. Now let's move to the last one, that is June month flower. It's a rose flower. So for the rose flower, I am creating two round shape sharing the same circumference, and then you can create one flower bud as well. So when it comes to the rose flower, I have divided into two sections, as you can see. So first section is little bit closed, so all the petals are intact and closed with each other, facing towards the upward direction. So create all these petals add some folds as well into the flower petals and cover the inner circle first. Now you can do some extra petals at the base, which is tilted towards outward direction but having little bit of folds in it. You can add few more petals if you want to. I think this much is enough. Now when it comes to the flower bud, you can create a round shape having little bit of pointed end in it, and then you can create multiple sepals to cover the flower bud. So these sepals are important when it comes to the rose bud. And then trace everything like stems and all those things. You can add leaves. I'm doing it directly, having fine serration in it, so you can add multiple leaves if you want to. So I am adding 2 group of leaves having very fine serration in it, and then you can do some extra shading and detailing into the leaves folded pattern like we did for other flowers. So we are done with first 6 months flower, from carnation to the rose, from January to June. So hope you have liked this video, and in the next video we are going to cover next 6 months birth flower. So please do let me know if you guys have any feedback for me, and hope this video is helpful for you guys. And thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.